Hey, welcome back to the Life Coach Launchpad. My name's BJ, and I'm here every week talking to you about all the online business things that, as it turns out, need to happen in order to have a successful life coaching business. I'm a business coach. I love to help life coaches make more money, get more clients, have more fun, and to do what they love to do, what they're meant to do, and that's coaching. So, let's dive right in. Today and for the next 4 episodes, I'm going over the very fundamentals of what you need to be doing as a life coach in order to get more clients. You could use these first 4 episodes in the situation where you're just getting started. You're either getting your first client or your first 5 clients. You can also use these episodes in the case that you have clients, they're coming in, but you want more of them. That's what we're doing. That's what we're talking about. My process comes from the phenomenon of creating your offer and telling people about it. That is all you need to do. That's how you get your first client, your 10th client, your 100th, 1000th. That's how you get your first $1,000, your first 100, your first million, and just getting really good at telling people about what you do. And it sounds simple, but we all know that it's not exactly that simple. I break that fundamental process down into 4 components. As in today, I'm going to be going over your offer and what goes into your offer. Next episode, we're going to be talking about creating content around that offer. The third episode and the third piece is getting that content in front of people, and not just anyone, in front of your ideal clients. And the fourth and last piece is figuring out how to do that over and over again without taking up all of your time and all of your energy. But the result is that clients will keep coming in. Repeat clients will be coming back. And you're not going to feel all stressed out about where the next client is coming from or stressed out about creating the content. The goal is that you can produce content in a peaceful manner. It will get done, and you will also be able to satisfy your clients. Today, and right now, we're going over your offer. So what is the result that you offer? And that's what I'm highlighting here is what is the result you offer. It's so easy for us to get caught up in, I'm going to provide this certain number of minutes of coaching for you, and we're going to meet this number of times. We're going to meet on Zoom. We're going to meet live. Whatever it is, don't talk about all that. We're looking in what are the concrete results that you can offer for your clients. Because at the end, your client is going to be buying the more positive outlook, the greater confidence, the new look, the being able to become better at yoga or losing weight. Whatever it is, we want to talk about that result. We want to bring that result to the forefront because in most situations, you only have a few seconds to grab someone's attention, so you got to blast that result out there. And if you're interested, this podcast is available both as a podcast and it's also on YouTube. So I do have a slideshow going here that you can see on YouTube, but I will also be communicating the images that are in the slideshow, hopefully into words that you can understand. Now, the offer, it comes down to a triple Venn diagram. I call it the PDR diagram. It is it's 3 circles that are overlapping, and one of them is we're talking about purpose. In the second one, we're talking about delivery. And the third one, we're talking about results. And your offer is meant to be satisfying each of these areas that I'm going to get into, but it's not any one of them, it's all 3 of them. So we're aiming for this middle of the triple Venn diagram. Purpose. What are you meant to be doing? I don't think I'm being too dramatic when I say, what is your purpose in life? Why are you here? Sure, that might bring up other conversations of spirituality and religion, but in some sense, you want to be working for a reason. You have skills that you know how to help people. If you were just working to try to get money, you could just go get whatever job, whatever corporate job. Corporate jobs pay pretty good. But you're here. You are here for a reason. What is that reason? And you want to make sure that reason shows up in your offer. And if you do it well, your business feels aligned. You may have heard of business alignment, or your business feels aligned. And that is a very real thing. If things are not aligned in your business, it feels, you will know. Let's just say that. Moving on to the next circle is delivery. Delivery is about the skills and the experiences that you have, that you uniquely have, such that you're able to deliver results for your clients. So these are the talents, the skills, the experience, the certifications, whatever it is that has gotten you to this point that makes you capable of coaching, delivering results for your clients. We're also talking about how do you stay in your zone of genius. Your zone of genius is a beautiful and powerful term. Your zone of genius is what you are uniquely good at. For many life coaches, that is coaching. You are most likely, your zone of genius is coaching. But also as a life coach, you're going to have to do other things because you are running a business. You're going to have to keep track of expenses. You're going to have to provide some sort of information on a website. You're going to be creating some sort of content. And for some of you, that is outside of your zone of genius, things that you are not uniquely either skilled at and don't want to be skilled at and oftentimes don't care. So that is outside of your zone of genius. When you are preparing your offer, you want to do as much as you can within your zone of genius. So that could include hiring out some tasks that are outside of your zone of genius so that you spend more of your minutes every day doing things that you love and that you value. And there are choices that you can make in your offer. When you're considering creating live content versus pre-recorded content, one might be more appealing to you than the other. Also, how much access do clients have to you? When you're creating your offer, sure, you could just go out and give everyone your cell phone number. Hey, call me anytime. And that might provide a lot of value for your clients. That might be exactly what they're looking for, to call you. They're having an issue right at bedtime. Let's call my life coach. That goes back to the zone of genius. Although that might be valuable for your clients, it's less valuable for you, and you would not be able to sustain that for any lengthy period of time. Also, in terms of delivery, like I said, recorded versus live, group versus one-to-one. What is the way that is best for you, but also creates great results for your clients? So the first circle was purpose. The second circle is delivery. What are the skills and talents that you can use to help your clients? And the third one is the results. What are the results that you're providing for your clients? Who do you help? So you want to be as specific as you can when you're talking about your ideal clients. It can be as simple as demographics. I think about when I'm creating a Facebook ad. You can talk about age. You can talk about their interests. You can talk about where they spend their time online. And of course, what transformation are people looking for? The results, when you're creating your offer, you want to be so crystal clear about what problem did they have solved. With life coaching, this can be really challenging because it can be very qualitative, not necessarily quantitative. You're not raising revenue by 30%. You are increasing happiness often, or flexibility, or mindset, mindfulness. Whatever it is, a lot of that is addressed in copywriting, and it can take some finessing to really get that clear enough so that if someone just glances at your website or glances upon your Facebook post or whatever content you're creating and can understand what you're saying within seconds. Now, do you help them do it, or do you do it for them? As a life coach, of course, you're probably going to be helping them do it. Being able to describe what are you doing and how are you helping them along in their journey is very important to include in your offer. Your offer fulfills your purpose in a way that you uniquely know how to accomplish and provides amazing results for your clients. We are right in the center of these three circles of purpose, which is your purpose. Why are you working? What are you looking to get satisfied? I mean, not just money. Delivery. How are you uniquely qualified? What are the skills and talents and experiences that you have to deliver the results? And the third is the results. So these three work together, and it is just a beautiful cycle. Now, some tips for your offers. You're going to be putting yourself into their shoes. A lot of times, your ideal client is you back in the day, back before you learned a better way. So you're putting yourself in their shoes, and you're going to end up using language that they use or that you used at that time to describe the pain point. If you start right off the bat going through the language that you use in your process, you might miss them right off the bat. Again, oftentimes you only have a couple seconds to grab someone's attention, so using their language is a great way to do that. You're going to be describing the result that your client will get by working with you. I keep saying the word result. It is one of the three circles, and it is extremely important because that's what we all want. We all want that final result. That is what we're selling. This is a beautiful, endless cycle. The first circle is the purpose. You're doing what you are meant to do. Yes, you're making money, but you are on this earth for a purpose. You're doing what you're meant to do by using your unique skill set and experiences in delivery in order to provide the desired results for your clients. There, result. I said it again. So you're thinking of each of these circles in regards to you and your client. I'm not going to get too far into this, but in terms of purpose, you have a purpose and your client has a purpose. So when you're talking about your offer, you can very much hone in on what your client's purpose is. That's important to them, so therefore it should be important to you. Delivery, you want to use your skills, your experiences, but when you're describing how you do that, you also want to say that they're going to be using their skills. And results. The results that you're getting for them are also the results that they need in order to succeed and get their purpose. It is a beautiful cycle. It works thinking about it from your perspective as the life coach as well as from the client. And that is the end of this first episode, where we talked about creating the offer that you need to go tell people about, that you need to go tell your ideal clients about. We talked about the triple Venn diagram that I call the PDR circles. That's purpose, which is talking about your purpose. Why are you working? And that's not just to make money. Delivery, which is how are you uniquely qualified in order to deliver these results for your clients? And the third circle is that we are talking about the results. The offer that you create touches on each of these. It's in the middle of that triple Venn diagram. I think of it as a check. So if you've created your offer, you can check it by thinking about it from your client's perspective. Thinking about, does it satisfy their purpose? How they want the services delivered to them? And do the results get them what they're looking for? Okay, that's it. I'll talk to you next episode about how do we start telling people about this?